8:42 right now. Pix 11 is your local election headquarters. Early voting for the New York primary underway at this very hour. The field for New York City mayor is still wide open. So we've been bringing in the candidates for our third round of questions to help you make the best decision as you head to the ballot box. Today, our conversation with the candidates continues with Ray McGuire. Good to see you in person, Mr. McGuire.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. You got the energy. Because every time we talk to you, it's on Zoom, so it's good to see you here in the studio.
It's good to be here.
I want to talk very first and foremost with how things are looking for your campaign at this point in time. Our most recent Pix 11 News Nation Emerson College poll had you coming in near the bottom at 3%, right? That's pretty much where you've been the entire campaign season in this race in terms of poll numbers. Are you confident you can get those numbers come primary day?
You know, I'm more than confident, given the conversations I'm having with New Yorkers every day. You know, what New Yorkers are telling me, they want something different. They want someone who's not representative of the failed politics or the failed political deals of the past, where New Yorkers have gotten off worse. They want something new. They want something different. So they're looking at my campaign, they're looking at me, and so they're encouraged and excited.
Is there a strategy when it comes to ranked choice voting, right? It's the first time we're seeing that play out in New York City, the largest city to have ranked choice voting. Is it about just being number one, or are you looking for those number twos, number threes?
I'm looking for all New Yorkers who are prepared to support my candidacy, so I'm asking them to rank Ray 1. And for those who you know, may think that they have some other choices, I'm not quite certain who those other choices are. I'm saying, you know, at least rank me 2. So I'm in this for New Yorkers.
Yeah. What about you? Are you going to be doing ranked choice voting, or do you have a number 2?
I have a number 1. Well, I have a Ray McGuire number 1. You know, I'm not convinced of whom else can be the caretaker of the city in the way that it needs today. Most of the other candidates are part of the past failed administrations, part of the status quo. Status quo hadn't gotten New Yorkers where we need to be.
So you won't be selecting a number 2?
I don't think so. I'm not convinced yet that I've seen the kind of talent, the kind of integrity, the kind of ethics that are necessary to move this city forward, reflected in any of the other candidates.
Let's talk about what also came out of our Pix 11 poll, which were some of the issues. Crime at the top of the list. Overwhelmingly, the number 1 concern, as you see right there on the screen, 31%, right? So we've had shootings in the Bronx and Brooklyn in just the past few hours, sir. There was a shooting in every borough over the weekend. What is the Ray McGuire plan to handle guns on the streets now?
So first of all, let me tell you what it is not. It is not going back to the Giuliani stop and frisk tactics. It certainly is not defund, which is what some of the other candidates have advocated. I'm for making certain that when we invest, we got to get the guns off the street. We need to make sure that we put the bad guys away. We need to have those police people who are, you know, highly trained to understand where the guns are and how to go in and to extract those guns. We can look at the technology that we have to use. And we need to make certain with those repeat offenders who get caught with illegal handguns, we need to get them off the street. So my view is get the guns off the street and return to safe streets.
Do you think that's not happening right now?
I'm not convinced it's happening right now, in large part because of many of the failed policies. We've not invested in the communities where we're seeing the highest incidence of crime. On the watch of many of those who are there today.
Yeah, I want to talk about some of the other headlines that we're seeing. What exactly unfolded in Washington Square Park, right? With this curfew now, we've seen boxing matches, open drug use, police arresting individuals. We have some video from that. What would your administration be doing to handle that situation? Was it handled appropriately, and what would you have done differently?
You know, you have to anticipate, given this environment, you got to anticipate how we go and invest in the communities from the start. This has gotten a little out of control. On the watch of those people in the race who've talked about what they would do. My question is, what have they done? You know, this is in many ways a group of candidates who've you know.
But what would you have done differently here? Did they handle it appropriately?
I think probably not. I would have gotten the NYPD involved a little earlier. I would have gotten the people in the community involved earlier. You know, some of the cure violence, the violence interrupters who understand what's taking place in the neighborhoods and who would have gone out and prevented a lot of what's taking place today. There's a narrative here that's a negative narrative. We need to change that.
Police Commissioner, do you have a name?
I do not at this point, but I have a number of candidates. And, you know, we need to have a police commissioner, but my overall plan is to restructure the NYPD.
I wanted to also talk about housing. This is a big issue facing New Yorkers. You've addressed this in our Pix 11 forum, talking about how you would dedicate up to $500 million to create affordable housing, specifically for seniors, which is important. Where are you getting the money, and how long would that plan actually take?
So my overall plan is called From Homelessness to Home Ownership. It includes investing $2.5 billion. The money that you've described is specifically designated towards seniors. We have capacity in the capital budget. I understand the difference between the operating budget and the capital budget. Many of the candidates are conflating the two, which is not appropriate. So we have capacity today, and I will invest $12 billion into the overall housing plan.
I want to talk about schools as well, looking forward to the September. You said you would not mandate vaccines for students or teachers. So then how does a classroom look if you have some students who are vaccinated, some who are not? Are they all in the same classroom, or are you separating between vaccines and unvaccinated?
Well, what the data has shown us is that the virus, when it comes to the student-age population, has not been that rampant. The numbers are pretty low, even below the success that we're now achieving. But I'm concerned about that, but I'm sensitive, and I'm also sensitive to COVID protocol. But we have a way to go about doing this. And today, the education system has failed many of our children.
Yes or no, because we're out of time here. Would they wear masks in September in the classroom?
Whatever the CDC says, I think it should be mask appropriate, yes.
All right, Mr. McGuire, giving everybody equal time here. So there's rapid fire questions. Appreciate you coming in person for this final conversation with the candidates. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, 8:48 right now. You can head over to pix11.com/New York elections, where you will find our Vital Voters Guide with more information on Ray as well as the other candidates. We also have explainers of the new ranked choice voting system and reminders